Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of your best year yet, the free 5-day business alchemy experience for more fulfillment, impact, and cold hard cash in 2021. I hope you tuned in for day 1 yesterday, where we did a special visualization. Goodness, visualization meditation for the year ahead. If you missed that, you can just go back anytime and listen to it wherever you find your podcasts. Although I do recommend listening soon as we're heading into the new year really quickly. And as a reminder, if you have not signed up yet for this event, you're just now hearing about it, you can go to thedirtyalchemy.com/2021 right now. It'll only take a second and you can sign up to get the free supplemental workbook and guidance from us. Also, if you're not already in our private Facebook group, head on over there. There's so much awesome discussion and community support happening over there, and people sharing their stories from 2020 and the year ahead. We had such a great conversation yesterday and today around the visualizations people had during the meditation, and we're going to keep all this up in the community all week long. So if you're not in the Facebook group, you can you got that invitation when you signed up for the event on our website. Again, that's thedirtyalchemy.com/2021. You'll be sent a link to join in your welcome email. But if you can't find that email or you don't feel like searching for it, just go to Facebook and type in business as a magical practice and it should pop up for you. Okay, so today we're talking about goal setting. Goal setting is about giving a direction so that your actions and your magic are focused on a desired outcome. It also gives direction to the much larger support system that exists and wants to support you on your journey, be it angels, God, Jupiter, Venus, your ancestors, spirit guides, or whatever else you relate to as the massive amount of beings and energy that wants to support you in your work. We are so lucky to be magical business owners because we have so much more support than muggle-owned businesses who solely rely on their blood, sweat, and tears. So before we dig into specific business goals for the year, it's important for you to clarify a larger context, what you want out of your life. So, like I said, the subtitle for this event is the free 5-day business alchemy experience for more fulfillment, impact, and cold hard cash in 2021. And I really want you to take away from this event how to get those 3 things. Defining what you want in life is your key to make sure that 2021 is the year that checks the fulfillment block. Defining what you want in life is your key to make sure that 2021 is the year that checks the fulfillment box. And don't worry about how to get there today. We're digging into all those details on Thursday. Today is just about setting that target to begin with, because you need a target to know where to aim your energy. Basically, if you want to go after something, you have to first know what it is. Sounds super basic, right? But setting goals for what you want is a surprisingly potent kind of magic. So I know we all want to get to the juicy goal setting, but let's start with talking about why you should be goal setting, why you should be setting goals, because that's the best way to know what might be blocking our goals from coming true. Some people are afraid to set goals because they're afraid that they won't like what they get. They don't want to get goals because they're afraid they might hate them and be trapped. They don't want to get clients because they're afraid they might hate them and get trapped in the contract. They don't want to fall in love because they're worried their partners might be needy and take up too much of their time once they actually get in the relationship. They don't want a house because what about property taxes? And how are you going to clean a big house when you can't even clean your small studio right now? And on and on. Our subconscious can come up with an endless number of reasons why we can't have the things that we want. And a lot of the time, we don't even realize they're excuses. We just see them as fact. But they're not facts. They're fears. And I just want to give you permission right now that you can handle it. You can change your mind. If you get a goal and you hate it, then pivot, change your goal, change your business, dump the guy, whatever. But if a part of you deeply wants something, then the best way to get clarity is to get the damn thing and see what happens. You're smart enough and capable enough to know how to handle the situation when it comes and to resolve it and find someone to help you with it. So now it's time. Grab your journal and ask yourself, what do you truly, really, totally want? What would you want if no one would judge you for it? If no one would get pissed about you wanting it? If you, without a doubt, 100% would get it? What would you want if there was a magic wand that would wave and instantly grant it to you? I'm purposely asking this with these wording variations. So please I'll answer all of these separately because it'll bring up separate answers from you. So many of us feel guilty about what we want. We don't even dream of having certain things because we don't think we can have it, or we have guilt around it, or whatever baggage comes along with it. You might think that someone will get mad at you for even wanting those things, or you'll be taking something from someone, or we don't think we deserve to have something good. We won't even add something to favorites on an online store because we have a twinge in our hearts that we can't afford it. So we can't even admit to liking it or wanting it. So go into each area of your life and look at what you truly want. They can be deep wants like a more rich spiritual life, or things you might tell yourself you shouldn't want because they could be considered as flashy or shallow, like a brand new car or a month-long trip to Tahiti, whatever. Write it down. Go into this for where you want to live, who you spend your time with, how much you work, who's on your support team, if you have pets or children, and so on. These desires can be as diverse as you are. So don't be afraid to include everything. So next, ask yourself, how do you want to feel? And how would getting what you desire make you feel? So this is an important separate step because you don't want to fall into the trap of hitting goals while you're still feeling miserable or unsafe or stressed the fuck out. Often we want what we want because we want to feel a certain way. We want a 7-figure business because we'll finally feel powerful or safe. We want a man because we think it'll make us feel loved, or a Porsche because then we'll feel wealthy. So the key here is there is no guarantee that getting what you want will make you feel the way you want to feel. Of course, if you're not making enough to pay your bills or live in a safe part of town or afford healthy food, this is a different story than what I'm talking about here. But after covering base needs, how we feel is affected very little by what happens externally. So building up our own ability to feel the way we want to feel is an important complementary part to goal setting. Work on your goals while also working on feeling the way you want to feel. Practice feeling how you want to feel, especially in connection to taking action on our goals, right? Because you hear so many examples of someone gets into a relationship and they've been wanting it for so long, and they think that the relationship or having the baby will make them happy or feel loved or feel fulfilled. When like they get the thing and they realize that they don't feel the way they want, and you have like this weird mind fuck of I'm never going to be happy, when really most of the time the way you want to feel has little to do with hitting certain goals. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about SMART goals. Maybe you've heard this before. SMART, standing for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Structuring your goals this way gives you an anchor as you're setting goals and a framework for how to achieve them. So what you want to do is you want to set 1 to 3 goals like this for every area of your life. The 7 categories I really like to set goals for is work, money, love, family, spirituality, fun, and health. So for example, in the fun category, your goal might go from I want to learn how to kite surf to I'm going to find a kite surf instructor and book a session by February 15th. Then I'm going to practice at least 1 time per week. So in the family category, maybe your goal is to spend more time with your family, right? Super vague, and that would become with the SMART goal um, something like I want to um, spend 30 minutes a day playing with my daughter, like, and every once a week to take everyone on an amazing outing together. Like, we're trying to build in this time constraint and specifics so that, one, when it's actually happening, when it's successful, and also there are things you can really clearly see, did I do this or did I not do this, right? Versus, I want to spend more time with my family. You can look back over the last month and, like, how do you even track that? How do you even know if you succeed? How do you even know if your magic happened? So maybe in the spirituality category, your goal is to take more time to do magic. So that might be, I'm going to set aside 10 minutes every morning to do my gratitude ritual. In the money category, your goal might be to make $1 million. And then what that might turn into, I'm going to spend the first 3 months of 2021 carefully nurturing my audience so that they're ready for the launch of my life-changing program in November that's going to generate a huge influx of energy and cash in my life. Okay, so and so on. You want to go through those 7 categories. So those 7 categories again, that I mean, you can choose your own categories. These are just a more holistic view, and I think covers good chunks of everyone's lives, and that's work, money, love, family, spirituality, fun, and health. So making 1 to 3 SMART goals in each of those categories. So you may need to do a little research in this process. These can be multi-step. Reframing from a vague desire to a tangible goal could require you to have a research phase, like my kitesurf example. I need to find someone who teaches this. So let's add that into the goal. Or maybe you don't have a morning ritual, but you want one. Then you need to actually decide what it's going to be. So make a date that you'll decide what the morning ritual will be by. And you can take research time in between or ask friends before that due date. For the money category, I do want you to set an annual revenue goal. This will give you a template for what you want your income to look like, which will help guide you as you're planning your business and career moves. If you did yesterday's visualization, then you can use that connection point to help define your revenue goal. You can listen to that guided meditation again and ask the soul of your business and ask your future self for help setting that goal. So you can just go to yesterday's episode to do that, or your best year ever, your best year yet, day 1. So as you're thinking through all of these goals, it's really important to ask yourself, what impact do you want to make? Again, our goal this week is more fulfillment, impact, and cold hard cash in 2021. So we need to loop the impact we want to have on the world into this process. And this will help you get clear on what your soul is craving too. And impact can mean a lot of things. So the first step is to define it for yourself. What is impact to you? Maybe it is sharing your message to 10,000 people or 1 million people, or maybe helping 10 women fall in love, or give 1% of profit to charity, or being able to retire your husband from the job that he hates. Whatever it is, define it now. And embodiment is so helpful for this process because in order to dig deep and understand your desires, you have to connect deeply to your feelings. You need to go through the process of reaching your goal and feeling into it. Now, let's go look back over on your goals you set. How do you want to feel this year? Do each of these goals make you feel that way just in thinking about them? And I know I've asked you a ton of juicy questions today, and don't worry, all the questions are going to be in the show notes, or if you're signed up for the event, it's in your workbook. I encourage you to take some time to journal after you're done listening to this episode, or maybe you paused it as you're listening through it and actually answering it, and get super clear on what you want. Allow yourself as much time as you need to fully embody what it would be like to have those goals. And I personally like handwriting all of these things in a journal. There have been studies that show that actually connects to your brain in a different way than typing on a computer. So I do encourage you to do that. And answer the questions to the point where you feel complete in them. So then head over to the Business is a Magical Practice Facebook group to share your goals, or at least the first draft. There's so much power in being seen and witnessed and wanting what you want and sharing your goals. I've seen many women who are only able to reach the goals they set because they finally allowed themselves to get comfortable with those high sensations that come with when they exposed their desires to others. And our Facebook community is a safe place to be seen and celebrated and cheered on. So I really hope to see you posting in there. And that is all for today. A fairly short episode, but there are a lot of questions and homework for you to do in there. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow, where I'll be talking with master astrologer and teacher Donna Woodwell about what you can expect from the astrology of 2021. It's a really exciting conversation, so I hope to see you there. And again, if you haven't signed up for this event yet and you're just tuning in to listen, I'm sending out daily guidance and worksheets to supplement these audios, and I'll be checking in with you throughout 2021 to help keep you on track and help keep you accountable and hitting your goals. I promise it's totally worth it to sign up. And it only takes a second. Just go to thedirtyalchemy.com/2021 now to get started. And I will see you in the Facebook group.